The story opens in a dazzling, prosperous ocean city. A young woman, blood still smeared across her face, stands amidst the aftermath of a battle. Gazing at the scene before her, she thinks that one's the male lead and that one's the second male lead. The first and second sons of the killer whale clan, and over there is the youngest. All dead, eyes wide open. I can't believe I still couldn't make it past 22 in this life. This is the world inside that childcare book. 20, 21, and 22. I've regressed in this world 3 times now. Being born into a villainous family isn't a crime, is it? And to top it off, I'm stuck in a children's novel. Is there anyone in this world more unfortunate than me? Lost in thought, she's startled by the imposing figure that suddenly appears. A living dragon, also known as the Dragon Duke. She grits her teeth. Damn it, if only those mad dogs hadn't provoked the Duke like that. Why did they have to mess with the Dragon King and cause this? How is this a suitable ending for a childcare book? This is just great. Wait, is that a street in Seoul? Why can I see that? If I go in there now, I can go home. That's really my home. The end of my 3rd life in a childcare book. In the next life, I'll definitely attack that dragon. The scene shifts to a different location. People are holding a baby girl, gossiping amongst themselves. That's the dragon's bride, isn't it? I heard she hasn't awakened any powers since she was born. If she's the dragon's bride, she's probably being sold off, right? That's what's best for the family, isn't it? The baby girl furrows her brow. I can hear everything you're saying, you know, but keep talking. In this life, I will definitely become the dragon's bride. This is the world of the book becoming the terminally ill daughter of the Black Panther Duke. I changed the rules to live a better life, but the results were utterly disappointing. But things couldn't just end. Instead, it's the endless repetition of regression. I've been cursed by time after failing in my 1st and 2nd lives. The first time, I failed trying to seduce the original male lead. The second time, I died suddenly from tetanus. In my 3rd life, I was too ambitious, got caught up in the male lead schemes and was killed. But before I died, I saw the Dragon Duke's power. If I can obtain that power, I can go home. Lost in thought, she's carried into a room by a servant and unceremoniously dropped onto the floor. Ow, be careful, she cries. They're so cruel, even to a child. But I guess it makes sense. This place doesn't need me. But not yet. Heavy footsteps approach. Where is it? This is the current head of the killer whale clan, Okayala Aquajideo. Okayala folds her arms coldly and asks, "Is this it?" The servant behind her replies, "Yes, clan leader." Okayala contemplates. The baby girl looks at her, thinking, come to think of it, today's the day I'm given my name. Okayala turns and asks, "What about the hydrokinesis?" A servant holds up a piece of paper and says, "About that, hydrokinesis is a special power passed down through generations of the killer whale clan. With this power, aquatic creatures can use their magic even on land, and of course, wield it as they please. The stronger the hydrokinesis, the greater the ability to overcome the magical limitations placed upon aquatic species." Okayala Aquajideo clicked her tongue. "What useless thing do we have here?" The attendant, following her gaze, inquired, "Oh, what about the child's name then?" Okayala stated coldly, "Calypso. She'll be Calypso Aquajideo." "Yes, I'll make a note of it," the attendant replied. Calypso, observing them, thought, "Is that it? This can't be it. If they ignore me like this, I'll be abandoned and die again. To be sold and become the Dragon Duke's bride, I have to survive until I'm at least 10. Mustering all her strength, Calypso cried out, "Wait." Okayala turned, surprised. What did she say? Calypso continued to cry out, "Grandma." Okayala turned to the attendant. "Can she already speak? Who taught her?" The attendant stammered, "Well, yes. Normally, children around 2 years old can speak simple words." Okayala raised a hand. "But normally, killer whale children speak slowly and with a lisp until they're 5. She approached Calypso. Calypso offered a triumphant smile. Okayala leaned closer. "Say it again." Calypso spoke, "Grandma." Okayala reached out a hand. "She not only speaks, but she also listens and understands." The attendant beside her was astonished. "I haven't heard anything of the sort from the nanny or the maids." Calypso inwardly chuckled. This is the skill of a regressor. Okayala mused, perhaps she simply has the head of a genius, despite looking like a fish. Calypso cried out again, startling the 2 women. "Fishhead, Grandma, Fishhead. Okayla smiled and lifted the baby. This is a good thing, isn't it? She looks just like Pier, but while she has no hydrokinesis, her brain develops quickly. Can you prove yourself useful? Calypso's heart pounded. She reached up and gently touched Okayla's hair, smiling. But not to caress it, to yank it, hard. She gripped a fistful of hair tightly. Prove it. Of course I can. Calypso tightened her grip. Grandma, I'm a good girl. I'll prove it. Her heart held a fierce determination. She had to return home. The attendant trembled at the sight, but Okayla let out a hearty laugh. To think that someone like Pier, who gave up on life, would produce something like this. She then tossed the baby down. Calypso was instantly furious. Why does everyone treat babies like this? Okayla turned away. Very well, I'll overlook it for now. This summer, send her to the educational facility. The attendant hurried after her. Yes, clan leader. Okayla's voice was stern. If she doesn't achieve results at the facility, get rid of her. There will be no second chances. Calypso's eyes gleamed. Just you wait. I'll grow up quickly, become talented, and leave this family forever. My goal is to survive safely until I'm 10. But I'm still too weak physically. In this life, I'll be educated at the facility. If I have a guardian, things will be much easier. Even if I can't get into the educational facility, it's not like there's no way for me to survive. The attendant gently set Calypso down. We will arrange for the young mistress's transfer next week. Calypso thought to herself, their attitude changes so quickly just because I've been acknowledged, huh? Then she said aloud, all right, you may leave. The attendant replied, yes, young mistress. Calypso paced back and forth, thinking, the one who seemingly drives everyone mad because they're said to possess extraordinary power. Someone with overwhelming strength that makes everyone tremble, yet their use of hydrokinesis is restricted, has unique hobbies, and doesn't deeply involve themselves in the clan's power struggles. That person is my father, Pier Aquajideo. Father hasn't shown his face since I was born, nor has he cared for my older brother, meaning I can't leverage any familial affection with him. So, I won't let it be known that I'm Pier's daughter. Though frail, I possess immense potential power. If I can attract his attention, I might receive his support. Unexpectedly, the things the butler said in my past life are proving useful. Calypso stopped when she saw her father. A passing breeze accentuated Pier's muscular physique. There was no doubt this man was Calypso's father. Clenching her fists, Calypso mustered her courage and spoke. Hello, mister. Do you know where the educational facility is? Calypso thought to herself, damn, in my past lives, I kept dying young, so I couldn't meet him in person. Talk about a beautiful but ill-fated, wait, wrong idiom. Pier sat still, seemingly ignoring her. He turned his head slightly and said, you're in the wrong place, kid. Calypso's eyes sparkled. But I have to go there. Could you please take me? Pier turned away again. Not interested. Go the other way. Calypso tried to climb up and sit beside him, thinking, nothing in life is easy, is it? How can I get closer to him? Should I offer him something to eat? Calypso offered Pier a piece of a snack. Here, mister. This is dried fruit. Would you like a piece? Pier ignored her again, left with no other choice. Calypso popped the piece in her own mouth. Forget it. I wasn't expecting much anyway. Then she said aloud, it's so peaceful here. Don't you have any friends? Do you play here alone every day? Then you must be lonely, just like me. Calypso glanced at Pier. Ignored again. Guess I'll have to be satisfied with just seeing his face today. Calypso hopped down. I'll be going now. Goodbye, mister. See you later. Then she trotted off. After Calypso left, Pier thought to himself, was that my daughter? She probably doesn't know me. Calypso stuck her tongue out. He's probably thinking that. Immediate family members might have some differences. But just one look, and it's clear we have the same personality. There's no way he wouldn't recognize me. By now, Calypso had returned home. She stood to the side, eavesdropping on the servants. Make it be quiet. It doesn't have a single ounce of talent, and it's such a bother to take care of. So useless. I wish we could just get rid of it. Calypso entered her room, thinking, leaving a direct descendant of the Killer Whale clan in a place like this. If I don't awaken my powers, I'll be left here to die too. To survive in this crazy environment, I need Pier's help. All right, I'm confident in this ability. I can make Pier take an interest in me. First thing tomorrow morning, I'll go out and see Pier again. This weak body can't do anything. All the older brothers are naturally gifted with strength and physique. Why am I the only one like this? Calypso strained, attempting to summon her power, but quickly gave up. Terrible. It's no use. In my past life, I knew of something called the Tears of the Water Dragon. I could awaken my hydrokinesis by retrieving that treasure, but I can't just run out and search for it now. Getting close to Pier is my top priority. Calypso flinched, hearing voices nearby. Hey, she's here. Could we be in the wrong place? No, this is definitely it. Calypso crept closer, listening intently. Who's coming here? The black-haired boy folded his arms. I heard a new descendant was born here. The brown-haired boy asked, so she can't use hydrokinesis anyway. Besides, the black-haired boy replied, I heard she was sold off as a dragon's bride or something. They say the clan leader acknowledged her, and she's being brought to the main house. If we don't discipline her now, she'll definitely cause trouble for Bayan. Calypso thought to herself, Bayan, elle est en classon. So these two must have volunteered to be his vassals. Since they're clinging to the most powerful successor, it's not unreasonable for them to look down on other direct descendants. The brown-haired boy cracked his knuckles. We'll have to teach her a lesson so she doesn't get any funny ideas. Calypso cautiously peeked out. I have no power now. If I run like this, she accidentally stepped on a branch, alerting the two boys. Hey, over there. Isn't that her? Calypso panicked. I'm done for. Calypso bolted, the two boys in hot pursuit. Hold it right there, you. Calypso ran, her breath coming in ragged gasps. I can't keep this up much longer. Her strength failing, Calypso stumbled. The brown-haired boy approached. So, you're a direct descendant, huh? You look awfully young. How did you get the clan leader's recognition without any hydrokinesis? Calypso's eyes flashed. Coming from you. You talk big. You're those wretches under Bayan, aren't you? The black-haired boy exclaimed, did she just talk? Am I the only one who heard that? How old is she? She's talking already. The brown-haired boy stood up. I heard it too. I was wondering how you caught the clan leader's eye without hydrokinesis. Turns out you're just a little insect with a big mouth. Calypso grabbed the brown-haired boy's hand and slapped him hard across the face. He yelped, reeling back. Ow, what the? Finished. Calypso spat. If I'm an insect, then I'm a land creature, you uncivilized fish head. How dare you compare me to something that lives on land? Both boys snickered. What is she saying? The brown-haired boy scowled. I was going to go easy on you. Calypso grimaced inwardly. Talking back felt good, but I can't run anymore. 2 against 1. I have no chance of winning. Calypso shouted, do you think my father will let this go? The boy's expressions shifted from amusement to apprehension. If it's her father, then it's Lord Pier. Calypso thought, the struggle for inheritance among the next generation is fierce right now. There's been a descendant acknowledged by the head of the clan. I know it's not good news, but even so, this is going too far, kids. 2 big lugs attacking a little girl. The brown-haired boy scoffed, don't lie. Why would Lord Pier care about her? The black-haired boy chimed in. Yeah, he's the one who refused the clan leader's offer. Calypso spoke calmly. What are you talking about? I'm on my way to see my father right now. She thought to herself, a little exaggeration won't hurt. Calypso continued, I wonder what my father will say when he sees how Bayan's subordinates are treating me. She mused, using father as a shield is perfect in situations like this. The black-haired boy cautioned, hey, let's go. Something's not right. The brown-haired boy brushed him off and stepped forward. Get out of the way. We need to teach her a lesson before we leave. She needs to pay for blocking my fingers. Calypso squeezed her eyes shut, thinking, if only I had the power of water. Suddenly, a torrent of water rushed forth. The brown-haired boy was swept up into the air and then dropped back down like a sack of potatoes. The black-haired boy rushed to his side, panicked. Hey, wake up. The brown-haired boy stammered, a water vortex. The black-haired boy was stunned. They said she couldn't use water powers. What was that? All right, damn it, just you wait. Calypso playfully stuck out her tongue. Take that. Oh my, whoa, what was that just now? How did I just awaken hydrokinesis? That's amazing. I really am a genius. Anyway, I've shown my hand now. I can't go see father like this. I need to treat these wounds. Nearby, Pier thought to himself, I wonder if she knows who I am. Calypso limped along, muttering, honestly, mealtimes are the best. Leaning against a nearby tree, Pier mused, eating. The best, huh? Since then, I've been trying to use my water powers, but nothing's happening. Just as I suspected, I haven't fully awakened yet. Oh well, it'll be fine, right? Just as she was worrying, a knock came from outside her door. Young mistress, are you in your room? Calypso turned. Come. The servant opened the door and entered, speaking politely. My name is Misa, and I'll be working here from today. I look forward to serving you, young mistress. Calypso was surprised. I've been promoted from miss to young mistress. Misa continued, and your enrollment date has been decided. Calypso looked at her, thinking, I've seen her somewhere before. Ah, I remember. to fight land animals and beastmen on land. Two conditions must be met. The commander must have excellent hydrokinesis, and a beastman with the ability to find water sources is essential. In a unit without a commander possessing hydrokinesis, a reliable water source is crucial. If my memory serves me right, Misa will possess exceptional abilities in the future, even though she doesn't know it yet. She could be very useful later, so I absolutely must remember this. Misa asked, "Young mistress, where are you headed now?" Calypso replied, "I'm going for a walk." Misa looked concerned. "Many buildings have collapsed recently, so you can't go out alone, young mistress. It could be dangerous, so I'll accompany you." Calypso looked at Misa, remembering those who had spoken ill of her recently, and replied with newfound confidence, "That would be wonderful." Misa, touched, said, "Young mistress." Calypso smiled, "Thank you, but I'm fine on my own." Calypso then strolled out, making her way to where Pierre was. "Hello," she greeted. Pierre, arms crossed, asked, "Lost again?" Calypso puffed out her cheeks. "No way. Do I look that silly?" She paused, thinking, what can I say to make him actually respond to me this time? Then, with a newfound directness, she asked, "Uncle, do you know how to use hydrokinesis?" Pierre turned his head slightly. "And what if I do? Please teach me." Calypso pleaded, "I think you'd be a great teacher." Pierre raised an eyebrow. "Based on what?" Calypso replied, "You just seem like you would be. I really want to learn." "Can I? I'm giving you the chance to mentor a genius like me." Pierre turned to face her fully. "Who do you take after being so shameless?" Calypso declared confidently, "My dad, of course. He's super handsome and incredibly powerful. The best man in the world." Pierre brought a hand to his chin, a flicker of something unreadable in his eyes. "Am I really that kind of man?" Calypso continued, her voice light and airy, "And he loves me very, very much. And I love him too. You should always love me too. Dad worries I'll get hurt. I'm delicate, you know. When I get hurt, all I can do is cry." A shadow passed over her features as she recalled a life before this one, a life outside the pages of this story. "My parents loved me so much I forgot who I was. Nothing can replace my family. Even if it's just to see Mom and Dad again, I have to go home." Pierre's voice broke through a reverie. "Then why not learn from your father?" Calypso crossed her arms. "He's busy. You seem to have plenty of free time, so you should help me." Suddenly, a pressure, heavy and unseen, pressed down on her, making her gasp and look back at Pierre. "He's using hydrokinesis to pressure me." She swallowed, then continued, "I'm going to the educational facility soon. If I want to be number one there, I need to have hydrokinesis. If you push yourself too hard, you could die," Pierre warned. Calypso remained undeterred. "Okay, you only live once. What's so bad about dying? Besides, I don't even know if the educational facility has anything to do with hydrokinesis. Why don't I have it anyway? To be number one, you obviously need that kind of power." Pierre thought, who raised this child? What kind of upbringing is this? Aloud, Calypso continued, "Dad wants me to be the best killer whale there is." Pierre's thoughts churned. "Why do you lie even when you know I'm your father?" Calypso looked him straight in the eye. "So, help me, uncle, please." Pierre remained silent. Calypso's shoulders slumped slightly. "You can see how smart I am. Just help me a little." Pierre exerted a bit more pressure, his mind racing. What is this ambiguous antagonism at the last minute? What'll I do if I'm found out? Lifting Calypso slightly off the ground with his power, he said, "The one who wants you to be strong but won't help you in any way. Do you think your father really loves you?" A small, knowing smile played on Calypso's lips. "Well, I love him very much. He's number one to me, the best and strongest in the world." Pierre's heart clenched at her words, a complex mix of emotions swirling within him. Gently setting her back down, he said, "Decide on a time. And let me tell you, I'm not taking age into consideration. Come here at the same time every day." Calypso, momentarily stunned by Pierre's words, quickly recovered and was overcome with joy. "All right, so what should I call you?" "Master." Pierre sighed. "Whatever you like." Calypso, trailing after him, declared, "Then I'll call you Master." She thought to herself, since Pierre agreed to help, awakening my hydrokinesis is only a matter of time. I will absolutely never regret this encounter and decision. Never. In my past life, I awakened my hydrokinesis thanks to the treasure. However, simply awakening it wasn't enough. I needed to know how to control it. Fortunately, I met someone. Although I had learned how to control my power, they argued that if I continued to practice with water, I would naturally learn to control it. Perhaps thanks to that, I quickly mastered my abilities, but I thought I was going to die. Pierre crossed his arms. "Start by getting used to the water. Dive in." Calypso, bewildered, replied, "Yes, master." Pierre, his arms still crossed, said coldly, dive. There are many cases of abilities awakening when one's life is threatened. Calypso protested, no, but doing it that way. Pierre cut her off. If you don't like that method, there are plenty of others. Calypso asked, what other ways are there? Pierre then listed a few methods, all of which sounded incredibly difficult. I think I'll just go dive, Calypso resigned. With that, Calypso plunged into the water. This training feels a bit intense for my age. If I'm conditioning my body to withstand hydrokinesis, then I'm doing a good job. But there's something vague. Calypso's eyes slowly closed, her heart pounding. She then choked and surfaced, gasping for air. I almost died. Pierre, after a moment of contemplation, remarked, are you a water piglet? Calypso continued to cough and splutter. Pierre, arms crossed, continued, no, even then you wouldn't react this badly to the stimulus. Besides you, no one has more potential for hydrokinesis. Huh? Calypso retorted, Master, those are fighting words. It doesn't mean I'm not in pain. And aren't you forgetting my age? Pierre replied, if you can endure this training, age is irrelevant. Calypso clenched her fists, thinking he may just be saying that, but I felt something move inside me, even if it was small. It's nothing compared to my brothers, who are called geniuses, but in this life, I'm about to surpass them. The scene shifted to a new location. Your ladyship, we've arrived. Calypso's eyes widened. I can't believe the day I officially enter the academy has finally come. In my second life, I was sold off immediately, and in my third, I was expelled. So many hardships. A woman approached her. I've heard so much about you. I'm Lila, in charge of the elementary level. Calypso looked at her, thinking, we meet again. The reason I left the academy early in my third life was because I fell victim to a plot by my relatives. I first met Lila under those circumstances. Despite my reasonable excuses, I ended up being expelled. And later, when I returned to the academy after becoming the head of the family, she had vanished without a trace. Calypso then stepped forward politely and said, it's a pleasure to meet you, Lila. Lila's eyes widened in surprise. Although I'd heard rumors, it's truly astonishing. You're only 3 years old, yet you speak so perfectly and have such impeccable manners. Allow me to guide you to your classroom. This way, please. Trailing behind Lila, Calypso thought to herself, she's walking at my pace. She's mindful of it, making sure I don't fall behind. Come to think of it, in my past life, I never properly thanked Lila. Lila stopped and said, here we are. Please go inside. After they entered, she announced, all right, everyone, please pay attention. Starting today, we have a new student joining our class. Princess Calypso Aquasia. Two of the children whispered to each other. The new princess is so pretty. I heard she's a brilliant speaker. Wow, really? Lila stood silently, thinking, but an orca unable to control hydrokinesis is a fatal flaw. Due to the slow development of the species, children typically begin speaking between the ages of 7 and 8. It seems the rumors of the princess's genius and eloquence aren't just idle gossip. However, if this is just a charade, orchestrated through some trickery, I will uncover what they're hiding. That much is certain. The purple-haired girl whispered, Miss Lila, with this development, we won't be able to continue with the current curriculum, Princess. The other children babbled amongst themselves. Calypso rested her chin in her hand, playing with blocks. I'm afraid I don't indulge in such childish games. She added with a touch of mock sympathy, TSK, TSK. Look, grown-up orcas don't cry. Oh, are these plankton candies? Thank you. Calypso turned to Lila. So, Lila, do you need more time to evaluate me? Lila, startled, allowed a small sigh. No, I'll arrange for you to attend a more advanced class. Do you have a specific class in mind? Calypso smiled inwardly. Excellent. Everything is proceeding according to plan. This is the moment I've been waiting for. I have to keep her on her toes. Well then, first, I'll most certainly become a prodigy. Calypso continued, the 8.5-year-old Orcus, half of whom are eligible for advancement, the other half being the oldest students in the elementary facility, that class, the one that gathers the most exceptional children. What do you say? Are there any children in that class who speak more eloquently than I do? Lila bowed her head slightly. No, princess, you are the most exceptional. However, you must take responsibility for your choices. Agreed. Calypso feigned innocence. Do you mean you don't consider me a 3.5-year-old child? Lila replied, indeed. It's quite astonishing. I haven't been this surprised since your third elder brother entered the facility. Regardless, who told you about the educational stages here? Calypso glanced at the children who were whispering amongst themselves. My father told me. He loves me very much. I've told you everything now. A silence fell over the room after Calypso finished speaking. Lila said, "First, I will guide you to the class you desire, princess." Calypso replied, "All right." Lila then led Calypso away. As they walked, Lila glanced back, thinking, could Master Pier have been caring for her? It's common knowledge that Master Pier has never once visited his own children. This means the princess and Master Pier have met and interacted. Rumors seem to travel faster than words. Even though I haven't mastered hydrokinesis yet, with Master Pier's help, awakening it is only a matter of time. This might not be a simple case anymore, but the emergence of a direct descendant of a genius. Perhaps a new challenger for the succession has appeared. Shortly after, Calypso chuckled. "It went more smoothly than I thought." Pier asked, perplexed what went smoothly. Calypso grinned. "I successfully had my amazing abilities recognized." Pier looked at the young girl. "I don't understand how you can be so thrilled. If you can't control your hydrokinesis, you'll be expelled." Calypso crossed her arms. Now, Master, look at you, throwing cold water on things. But I'll be understanding, even with those lacking social skills, like my master, because I'm a remarkably eloquent 3-year-old. Pier asked, "Do you want another 10 laps today?" Calypso quickly dodged the question. "I just wanted to write some poetry." But Master, look at me. My muscles have gotten so much stronger, I could probably smash rocks." Pier considered this. It's truly strange. Even though you can't generate water, your physical abilities are still improving. He stood up and sighed. "Follow me. I have a training requirement for you." Not long after, they arrived at a rather beautiful mansion. Calypso's jaw dropped. "Wow, Master, your house is amazing." She looked around, thinking to herself, compared to Pier's power, this is a rather shabby place. It's probably out of grandmother's sight. A little while later, they reached their destination. Calypso was astonished again. "Master, what kind of pigsty is this?" Pier said, irritated, "This is annoying. Why are you comparing it to land animals?" Calypso feigned remorse. "I apologize, but what's with this messy room?" Pier replied, "This is my room. From now on, we'll be using hydrokinesis. Clean it." Calypso was confused. "What? Do what?" Pier stated, "I said clean it." Calypso continued, "No, I heard you, but could it be that thing? Hydrokinetic training to become the strongest when you want to hit someone. Or maybe hydrokinesis is related to endurance. Is this sensory training?" Pier said, suspicious. "Sometimes you talk as if you know this power very well, as if you've used it before." "That can't be." Calypso frowned, thinking, well, it could be. "In my past life, I was the most magnificent aquatic creature." Then she spoke aloud. "So, I have to tidy up. Finishing this is going to make me dizzy." She shuddered with indignation. "That orca definitely forgot that I'm only 3 years old." Calypso cried out, "I don't want to do it." "You mean you want me to use hydrokinesis to clean?" Pier replied, "That's right. There are various ways to apply hydrokinesis. First is fear, intimidating your opponent with a display of power. Second is materializing water and controlling it at will. Third is unleashing the suppressed power of a land-bound merperson. Fourth is using hydrokinesis to strengthen the body. Currently, you can only use the strengthening power among those. If your awakening hasn't come, you must continuously use that power." Calypso thought to herself, "Did Father deliberately mess up this room to train me? Look at this strange father." Calypso spoke up, "Master." Looking at Pier, she thought, here we go again. With a face devoid of any earthly attachment, are all the sick and infirm like this? Time quickly passed until evening. Master, where should I put this?" Pier held out his hand. "Throw it away. It's useless." Pier's reaction suggested this was something that couldn't be thrown away. Data from her past life confirmed it. Calypso slipped the handkerchief into her pocket. "I understand. I'll throw it away," she said, "but isn't this yours?" Pier turned away. "No," he said, his voice low, "it belonged to my wife." Calypso's thoughts whirled. "Oh, that startled me. Why didn't he turn on the light?" Despite numerous reincarnations, all she knew of her mother was that she, too, had been an orca and a good person. Just those 2 facts, nothing more. She had no desire to delve deeper. Pier approached. "This seems too easy for you," he observed. Calypso jumped. "Not all." Pier crossed his arms. "Is that so? Then move faster. Unless you want to be up all night." Calypso frowned, thinking this man, still, constantly using my strength is good practice. I definitely feel my muscles developing more than when I just run. "Move this over here, this over there." A ghost of a smile touched Pier's lips. The scene shifted. "So, Your Highness, as per your request, your quarters will remain the same." Calypso responded glumly, "Yes, I know." Calypso cradled her aching arm, thinking if I go back, it'll be hard to see Pier, even though he said he'd have me do laundry next time. More training. I'd rather not. Just then Lila arrived. "Your Highness," she said, "please follow me. I'll escort you directly." Calypso noted Lila's even more formal demeanor than the previous day. She's become quite famous after just one day. "Huh, me?" Calypso asked, surprised. "It seems the news has spread to at least 16 branches of the Orca clan," Lila replied. Calypso gasped. "What? Yesterday's events have spread that far?" Lila continued. "The teachers who were present yesterday, let's just say they've been talking." No, Calypso questioned that they gossiped that much. "One of them mentioned that your father is a flying fish," Lila added. Calypso considered this. If it's a flying fish known for gossip, I can believe it. It's certainly surprising enough. After all, the more outlandish the rumor, the faster it spreads. "Are you saying my story is outlandish?" she asked. Lila turned. "Wouldn't it be considered outlandish to some?" She replied. "The Orca clan consists of about 32 branches, centered around your grandmother. If you include the close-knit families of other marine species, the number is quite large. They all choose and support their own successors, so it's natural that my situation is a thorn in their side." Lila watched Calypso ascend the stairs. "So, Your Highness, you're not just gifted with language," she remarked. "At only 3 years old, you can climb stairs with ease." "Indeed," Calypso replied. "I believe with this ability, I can not only match Bayan or Shot, but even Bellis, my eldest and second uncle's son, and my brother, known as the genius of the century." Calypso crossed her arms and asked, "Well?" Lila smoothed her hair, a thoughtful expression on her face. "Honestly, all your actions are quite surprising." Calypso let out a little laugh. "If you're this surprised already, I'm going to have a hard time keeping you entertained." A short while later, they arrived at their destination. "This is the Alpha class, the highest level for students in this academy. Please enter, Your Highness." Calypso turned to Lila, a mischievous glint in her eye. "Lila, the rumor of me being a genius has spread in just a day, and I'm already in the highest class. Pretty impressive, don't you think?" Lila nodded, a smile playing on her lips. "Of course, Your Highness. Very impressive." Calypso puffed out her chest. "Well, make sure you tell my grandmother this is the first time you've met such a prodigy." With that, Calypso darted off. Lila chuckled softly to herself. "I have a feeling there's going to be trouble," she mused. "Merfolk inherit the traits and personalities of their originating species. Killer whales are generally averse to fighting, peace-loving, and tolerant of other species. But," she added with a knowing look, "there are always exceptions." The scene shifted to the classroom. "Today's lecture is concluded. From now on, we'll be playing with building blocks." Two young boys began to cry. "What?" "Karen hit me." The teacher's voice was firm. "Karen, no disrupting the class." Karen leaned back, a bored expression on his face. Yeah, I know." He muttered under his breath. "Why are we playing these childish games?" The two boys chimed in. "Karen's right." These two were Luca and Luba, the beluga whale twins. Karen raised a fist. "You two are weaker than my fin. What do you want?" The twins nodded fearfully. "He's doing it again. He's doing it again." Karen scowled. "Hey, you beluga twins, shut your mouths." The teacher's voice rose above the commotion. "Everyone, settle down. Today we have a new student, Calypso. Everyone, give her a round of applause." Karen's eyes widened in surprise. "What? That kid's a descendant. If it's a girl, then it must be..." He recalled snippets of overheard conversations. "That's Pierre's daughter, right? But I heard she hasn't awakened her hydrokinesis yet. What a useless little girl. I heard she's going to be sold off as a bride to the dragons. Good riddance. Why would someone like Pierre produce such a useless offspring?" The teacher looked at Calypso. "Now, dear, why don't you introduce yourself?" Karen snickered. "Just a common little girl. I'll make her cry." Calypso beamed, her smile radiating confidence. "It's a pleasure to meet you all." She thought to herself, this educational institution, established by the killer whale clan, teaches the law of the jungle. I will definitely be at the top here. She began to speak formally. "I am Calypso Aquajadeo. I expect this class to meet my expectations." Amidst a smattering of applause, the teacher clapped her hands. All right, everyone heard that. Let's give her another round of applause. Now, we'll be playing with building blocks. Everyone, take your seats." As Calypso went to her seat, Karen approached her. "Hey," he muttered to himself, "that hair color, she's a descendant, all right." Calypso crossed her arms and asked, "Who are you? And how old are you?" Karen replied, "I'm Karen. I'm 8. He looked her up and down with disdain. "The descendant is so small, and you look dirty." Calypso looked at him, thinking, stupid little boys are everywhere. Then she spoke, her voice dripping with condescension. "Look here, little boy. If you're a child, don't speak. Isn't 8 years old the age for transferring to the intermediate level? I hear that those who can't go to intermediate level at that age are failures. What do they call them again?" Just so you know, I'm 3 years old. Aren't you ashamed to be in the same class as a 3-year-old? Karen's face flushed with anger. That's ridiculous. We can't even speak properly until we're 5. Calypso retorted, do you think your mind is on the same level as mine? Karen raised her fist and yelled, you defective brat. She swung, but Calypso dodged just in time. You should learn some manners first. Calypso grabbed Karen by the collar, then headbutted him hard, sending him stumbling backward. Karen clutched his head, whimpering a headbutt. That's dirty. Calypso crossed her arms. Dirty? Look at the size difference between us. I don't like resorting to violence, but I'm not going to just sit here and take insults. Besides, she continued, my father told me not to wander around and get beaten up. Camille, the alpha class teacher, approached. Such strength without awakening her hydrokinesis. Lila thought silently. Karen may be lacking upstairs, but his strength is exceptional. I didn't expect the princess to subdue him so easily. This time, word will definitely spread until everyone knows. Calypso, immensely satisfied, thought, yes, perfect, just as planned. Now that I'm in this class, this is the perfect amount of power and attention. Camille spoke. All right, children, settle down. A good whale needs a good education. Time flew by, and soon it was afternoon. Calypso stretched. Today was a productive day. Recalling Lila's words, you don't need to change classes anymore. Perhaps you won't be staying in the elementary facility much longer. She smiled smugly. Just then, the twins came running up. Princess, hello. You saved our class. Karen bullies everyone, but you beat him. You saved us. You beat him. Looking at the twins, she thought, are these beluga whale Therians? They're supposed to be intelligent and kind. All beluga whales are. But who could bring themselves to hit these two? Their hair is so fluffy. Calypso asked, what are your names? They answered in unison, this is Luba and this is Luca. Together, we're Luca-Luba. Calypso tilted her head. Ruby Zub. Again, they chorused Luca-Luba. Calypso chuckled. Well, I'll be counting on you from now on. You're the first ones to befriend me. A sudden thought struck Calypso. Please don't say anything weird like counting on you. Does she think that will make me work harder? I'll only do what I want to do because I'm smart. The one who scammed me in my third life was also a beluga whale. Unlucky for him, he was also smart. The twins continued. We have to repay our princess. Mom says to be nice to those we meet for the first time, so be nice to her dad too. That's right, good job. Calypso replied, isn't this like the second time you've said this? Why are you acting like this all of a sudden? Luca asked, Princess, aren't the stairs tiring? Luba added, do you still have energy? Calypso responded, no, not at all. What is this now? Wait, hold on. The twins, already running off, called back. Whales help their friends. From today on, the princess is our friend. They then hoisted Calypso onto their shoulders and carried her down to the car. Looks like I have some cute underlings. Arriving back home, Calypso's face took on an expression of surprise. What's this? Calypso mused, taking in the assembled crowd. There are people here I've never even seen before. A blonde, steward-like figure approached, smiling. It's an honor to meet you, princess. Calypso, perplexed, inquired what's going on. The blonde individual responded smoothly. During your stay in this building, Princess Calypso, we have been assigned to ensure your comfort and convenience in accordance with your wishes. Calypso eyed the servants, her thoughts turning inward. Aha, so that's why the servants here have been acting so strangely. Good. Incidentally, I'll slowly start breaking them of their habits. Aloud, she declared, I like this. I'll choose my own nanny. Misa, she's the only one who's been kind to me. I choose her, and especially the person in charge of my meals. The blonde servant questioned, meals? What do you mean? Calypso explained, I suppose you wouldn't know. There have been instances where the staff here haven't even provided me with proper meals. The blonde interjected, but princess, that's the law of the jungle. Survival of the fittest. Calypso sighed. The orca family's rule, right? I know. However, is enduring scalding hot baths, hot enough to burn, also a rule my family follows. I feel neglected and abused. It's excessive for a child, and I don't think this qualifies as a trial. The blonde looked surprised. Did that happen? Calypso continued, so I'll definitely be telling my father about this. Panic flashed across the blonde's face. Why you mean Lord Pier? Calypso propped her chin on her hand. Father's very curious about me. Flustered, the blonde stammered, Princess Calypso, if you'll allow it, we will rectify everything from now on. Calypso thought to herself, if I don't take the initiative, I'll be in big trouble. I'll make them pay for their misdeeds. Then she spoke aloud, I'm fine, but other children might be hurt. I'll tell my father about this as well. She then tugged on Misa's sleeve, a smile gracing her lips. It's all settled. Let's help each other, Misa. Misa knelt down, beaming. Yes, princess. I'll do my best. Time flew by. Working under the blazing sun, Misa pondered. The princess said she's the second smartest. Meanwhile, Calypso, engrossed in a book, reflected, I remember now. In my past life, the beluga whale family was destroyed, wasn't it? The beluga whale and dolphin beastmen are exceptionally intelligent. But in my third life, when I interfered with the beluga whale family, everything fell apart. The culprit was my uncle's son, Bayan, for the simple reason that they offended him. Now, I don't need to gather talent for the power struggle. I'll be leaving here soon anyway. I have to punch my grandmother before I disappear. At that moment, two maids approached. Are you studying, princess? Oh my goodness, how can you be so intelligent? Oh my, the way you hold it, your hands are so cute. Calypso, you're so adorable. Oh my, your voice is so cute too. Calypso observed them, thinking, I was worried about their personalities since they came from the main building. I worried for nothing. The three of them introduced themselves, were herring orcs, and were childhood friends. Aya, Bay, and Dian. Calypso, how can you be so eloquent? You're so cute and smart. Not even Bellis and Atlan were like this at your age. Calypso turned away and said, time for bed. Enough for today. Let's start by greeting my nanny, Misa. Everyone, please get along. The three maids giggled. Oh my, have you worked here before? It's a pleasure to meet you. Misa replied, I'm just a nanny, so please feel free to speak casually. Calypso excused herself. Well then, everyone stay here. I'm going to see my father. If I stay, Calypso thought, I won't have time to escape because they chatter nonstop. The trio of maids watched her go, whispering amongst themselves. I guess the rumors are true. It feels so good that this place finally has signs of life again. A few days later, Calypso mused, life has been truly peaceful lately. The most peaceful of all my lives. Really, everything is fine except for one thing. Calypso yelled, Master, you call this training. Pierre calmly folded his arms. How many times do I have to tell you before you understand? Kick down, he commanded. Calypso scowled. This darn old man. The training is getting crazier and crazier. By the way, she thought, eyeing the surroundings, who said Pierre likes cleanliness. This mess has probably been here for over a year. Master, how do I wash this? Pierre asked. You still can't summon water. I'm not even 8 years old yet. If I can't even do that, it's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Calypso retorted, exasperated. This is why I don't want to talk to actual geniuses like you. Even though I'm like this, I still get a lot of attention in class, you know? Pierre said seriously, it seems the standard of newborn killer whales has dropped quite low recently. Calypso fumed silently. Now I understand why those guys call Father Jinx. I've never been trained so badly. I guess I have to bring it up. Calypso asked, I can't kick it down. What should I do, Master? Pierre instructed, if you have the strength, where would you kick it? Calypso pondered for a moment. Right here. See, Master. All right, I kicked them down. She thought to herself, if my strength is like this, it'll make up for my small body, right? Just like Master taught me. Master, you're the best. Pierre, hearing her praise, felt a warmth spread through him that he couldn't quite articulate. Calypso thought, I'm sure Father has realized he's my father. He's received a lifetime's worth of attention, but he's not interested in any of it. Just you wait, killer whale young master. One day, you'll be surprised by someone just like you. Calypso called out, Master, I'm not done yet, but you've already come down. I'm almost finished. Calypso thought, I can't call him father yet. Anyway, I did it all. I'm amazing, right? Pierre replied, nothing special. It wasn't that difficult. Calypso boasted, I wonder whose daughter I am to be this amazing. Pierre questioned, whose daughter indeed? Calypso offered a bright smile. Of course I'm your daughter, father. Pierre paused, a flicker of confusion in his eyes. But that you're 3 years old. I haven't been around to take care of you. Calypso bristled inwardly. Does he even realize he's taking care of me now? She thought indignantly. Pierre crossed his arms, a thoughtful expression settling on his face. The more I look at you, the more impressed I am with your intelligence. Calypso beamed. Naturally, I'm a disciple trained by Master. Pierre sighed. You don't have to mention that every time you open your mouth. Calypso gazed at him, undeterred. But Master, you did teach me. That expression again. Calypso thought, like he's utterly bored with everything in existence. Why are you always alone, master? She asked. Because I don't like being around a lot of people, Pierre replied flatly. Pierre's mind drifted, lost in fragmented memories. Such a waste of Pierre's hydraulics. His body was too weak to contain such magnificent power. His gaze turned distant. Let's see. It's best if I don't involve myself with those troublesome family members. Is that why you always have that listless look on your face, master? Calypso questioned, her brow furrowed. Like you could disappear at any moment. Pierre's voice was quiet, not entirely wrong. Calypso reached out a small hand and smacked Pierre's leg. How can you say that? She exclaimed. How can you say something like that so casually? Don't speak like that in front of a 3-year-old. Are you crazy, master? Tomorrow is the day you make it up to your regressed daughter, isn't it? She thought fiercely. Calypso clenched her fists. No, your life is too dreary, master. You have to learn to appreciate the beauty of life. Pierre blinked, bewildered. What? You taught me, master, Calypso declared. So we're business partners. Pierre stared at her. I don't even understand what you're talking about. Calypso grinned mischievously. Trust me, I'll show you how interesting life can be. With that, she scampered off. Pierre watched her go, the servant's words echoing in his mind. Lord Pierre, I don't know if you're aware, but your daughter is going around telling everyone how much you love her. Haha, it's just a rumor, right? What are you trying to gain by spreading such rumors? Calypso's cheerful voice broke through his thoughts. Master, what are you doing? Come on, you're so slow. Pierre remained lost in thought. A cautious child, never misspeaking even once. The scene shifted to the academy. Princess, are you finished arranging the blocks? I'm done. We're finished too. Princess, the teacher said if we finish arranging the blocks, we can play hide and seek. Is that okay? Calypso shook her head. No, I don't play childish games. The twins chimed in. Oh, that's just like how father talks. I want to talk like that too. You can talk like that when you're a little older, Calypso advised. Your speech should match your age. Okay, the twins replied in unison. Princess, our mother wants to meet you. She wants to thank you. Karen used to bully us the most, but now it doesn't hurt anymore. It's all thanks to you, Princess. Calypso tilted her head. Should I have hit him more? The twins' faces lit up. Princess, we'll celebrate your birthday forever. Calypso nodded. Loyalty is a given. You don't need to give me anything. Just answer this question for me. Have you ever cooked fish? The twins' eyes lit up. Fish. I want to cook it. Our father is really good at it. Calypso sat up straight. Really? Well, if your father is such a good cook, why don't you ask him? A short while later, a servant spoon-fed Calypso. Dear Calypso, Calypso, how can you have such a fair and cute face? I chimed in, exactly. I've never seen such a cute child. Calypso thought to herself, they say herring orcs are kind to humans, but this is a bit much. But food is important for growth. All I need is rapid growth and dragon wheat. Yin spoke up. Come to think of it, the Dragon Festival will be held again this year, right? The Dragon Festival, a grand celebration hosted by the royal family in the Dragon Empire. To be precise, it's a festival that displays the royal family's authority, proving that even the Dragon Duke is under their thumb. EA side. This time too, only land animals and beast people are invited. Such a shame. I like to go at least once. But aquatic beast people are never invited. Calypso thought, my father also wants to meet the Dragon Duke at least once. They brightened. Have you all heard? The head of the family will be returning soon. Calypso asked, returning. The maids, once again excited, squealed, oh so cute. Princess, did you just wink? Calypso replied, no, I didn't. Diane said, can you do it again? Calypso winked. Just once more, okay. A moment later, the head of the family has been away for a while. He said he'll hold a meeting as soon as he arrives. Calypso wondered, you seem to know a lot. Diane chuckled. Us herring orcs are everywhere. Calypso pondered, so it's a family meeting. Is there any way I can join? I can't suddenly awaken my hydromancer abilities now, so I think it's best to introduce myself naturally. Now, my brother's words suddenly come to mind. You have defeated me. I will follow you on the path to becoming the head of the family. You win. Step over my corpse and move forward. Which of these 3 idiots should I meet first? Diane offered Calypso more food. Calypso said, I don't eat carrots. Diane looked dejected. I am sorry, princess. I'm not very good at cooking. Calypso became flustered. No, it's not that. I am sorry, princess. Someone like me shouldn't be cooking. Oh no, that's not it. Just this once, okay? Calypso took a bite, and everyone clapped delightedly. Afterwards, they all left. See you at lunch tomorrow, Princess Calypso. I'll bring something tastier tomorrow. Calypso waved, thinking to herself, a family meeting. What are my brothers doing? I have to find them. The scene shifted to a different location. Calypso was sneaking around. If I go this way, I'll reach the intermediate facility. First of all three of them are in the general facilities. It'll be troublesome if I get caught, so I have to be careful. Suddenly, a voice rang out. Can't you hear? Are you deaf or something? Are you ignoring me? Or are you too stupid to understand what I'm saying? Calypso looked at the person in front of her and was surprised. It's EA. The scowling figure was Calypso's third older brother, EA Aquajadeo. Why is this guy getting bullied? EA whimpered before his tormentors. Don't you know you're supposed to greet us first? The purple-haired boy sneered. The red-haired one chimed in, like, with that nasty hair color, how did you even get into our class? EA stammered, you don't say that. The group erupted in mocking laughter. Listen to that voice. Sounds like a little girl. Ha ha. Calypso's eyes widened. He's remembering his past life. During his school days, was a peculiar boy who seemed to enjoy being bullied. He feigned weakness, purposefully provoking the bullies, only to turn on them with unexpected force. If he uses his power now, Calypso thought, they'll all be dead. Before I can even get to the meeting, news of my brother assaulting classmates will be everywhere. This will be a huge problem. The red-haired boy tightened his grip on EA's collar. Are you ignoring me? Still not going to answer. Suddenly, a voice rang out. Hold it. Calypso appeared, her voice commanding. Stop right there. The brown-haired boy stepped forward. Hey kid, what's your deal? The blonde one tried to hold him back. Hey, look at that hair color. What about it? The red-haired boy asked. Sudden realization dawned on him. A descendant. That trait can only be seen on descendants of the family. He turned to the others. Why is she so small? There were rumors these past few days. I think that's Lord Pierre's daughter. The purple-haired boy added. Anything related to the descendants is trouble. Let's go. Shoving EA roughly, the red-haired boy turned to leave, but not without a parting shot. You're just lucky today. Calypso crossed her arms and stuck out her tongue. Bunch of brats. EA asked, hey, but what was that? EA's hair gradually shifted in color. Back in the present, Calypso propped her hands on her hips. Why don't you come a little closer? EA Aquajadeo, you're my older brother, right? EA asked, what are you talking about? Calypso thought, what the heck? I put on a cute face and said, you're my older brother, right? Isn't this supposed to be a heartwarming scene? Show some emotion. EA started to walk away. Don't get in my way. Just go home. Calypso quickly blocked his path. Aren't you going to greet me? Why should I greet you? EA retorted. I just saved you, didn't I? Calypso replied. I know you were planning to kill them. No matter how skilled you are, that's ground for expulsion, you know. EA crossed his arms. I could still do it and not get expelled, even if you hadn't interfered. EA flinched as Calypso, with surprising speed, sprang towards him. She lunged forward and flicked him sharply on the forehead, a stinging blow. Calypso grinned, satisfied. Only a good flick can bring someone to their senses, right? Thanks for the tip, father. EA straightened up, stammering. Why, what was that power? Calypso stepped closer. What's wrong? I'm just a cute little sister who happens to be much stronger than her older brother. EA bristled. That's ridiculous. How? Before he could finish, Calypso grabbed him by the collar. Brother dear, have you ever done laundry before? Having just finished speaking, Calypso slammed EA down onto the ground again with a thud. Dusting off her hands, she said, when you're washing clothes, the more force you use, the faster the stains come out. Are you planning to attack me again? Calypso ruffled his hair a few more times. In moderation, though, even though I haven't awakened my water powers yet, my strength isn't something to scoff at. No matter how many times you try to attack, it won't work. Admit it. Yeah, you did. Admit what? Hey, do you even know how old you are to have that kind of strength? You took some kind of potion, didn't you? Calypso's face held an expression of disdain. You're calling yourself weak. She thought to herself, does he even know how I was born or anything about me? I hope my brothers will be stronger in this life to stop the original male lead from causing trouble for the Dragon Duke. I need someone to stop him first. So, to make sure they can overpower the original male lead, I'll train them myself. Oh, look at those eyes. That face like he wants to attack me at any moment. To tame this stubborn EA, I have to resort to these measures. Calypso stepped closer and said, call me little sister. EA turned away. No. Calypso moved even closer. Want to become stronger. You have quite a lot of strength, don't you? It's amazing, isn't it? I can teach you if you want. Left with no other choice, sighed and said, how can I become stronger, little sister? Calypso thought, we truly share the same killer whale blood. How can he resist the offer to become stronger? And she said aloud, good. I'll show you a few ways, so you have to listen carefully and do exactly as I say. Yeah, Brisled. What? I don't want to. Calypso turned to walk away. Oh really? Then I'll go make this offer to Atlan. EA immediately yelled, no. I'll do it. I'll do as you say. Calypso held out her hand. So you promise to do as I say? EA replied, fine. After the incident where EA acted like a madman during his school days, another incident was kept hidden. The classmate who insulted their mother, saying she was unworthy, vanished without a trace. I heard he met with an accident afterward. Back in the present, Calypso rambled on, listened carefully. From now on, no hitting or trying to kill anyone. Assaulting, destroying evidence, anything like that is forbidden, especially burying people. Promise me. It's a condition that only lasts until you defeat me. Once you beat me, you can do whatever you want. Annoying, isn't it? EA clenched his fist. Fine. A moment later, Master, do you happen to need another student? Is this your brother? Pierre asked. So, don't joke around. I don't need any more. Go home. Calypso stammered, but I beat him today. Pierre asked, you won. Calypso replied, yes, I worked really hard to dodge his attacks. So I've subdued him as my subordinate, but I don't know what to do with him now. So can I bring him here? He's lonely, just like me. Pierre sighed and said, I give up. Do whatever you want. Pierre walked away, thinking to himself, I can't understand that girl. And that third son is always tagging along. A girl feigning ignorance while knowing so much. What are they planning? The scene shifts to another location. The twins, brimming with excitement, address Calypso. We've prepared a meal to eat with you, princess. Let's eat together again. Calypso replied, all right, let's go. You two are always so energetic, aren't you? Seeing the spread of food, Calypso thought to herself, can these three little ones even finish all this? The twins spoke. Princess, father said we should invite you over to our house. Yes, yes. He also said he'd prepare lots of delicious food. Remember to prepare that thing. Okay. Calypso replied, all right. A moment later, one of the twins presented something to her. Here's the thing you asked for the other day. I personally asked father for it. Calypso took the letter, saying, great, thank you. Just then, their father arrived. Hello, princess. Be careful on your way back. Looking at the twins' father, Calypso thought to herself, he's this spitting image of the twins. The White Dolphin Beastmen, the White Whale Clan. In my past life, I never interacted with them because they disappeared before I became the head of the family. Currently, the Orca clan has a tradition of females inheriting the leadership, but Ulla hasn't been able to produce a daughter. Ulla's voice boomed. One of my grandchildren will be the heir. Regardless of gender, use your own strength to claim it. The grandchildren, who never had a chance at inheritance, now held such promising news. And one of the most prominent candidates was, Point my oncles eldest sont vaillants, powerful but cruel. The white whale children who crossed him. Their entire families were eliminated. I remember now. About the atrocities Bayan committed against the White Whale clan. Karen bumped into Calypso. Hey, what's this? Where are your eyes? Calypso retorted, if you're looking for a fight, pick a different approach. This isn't cool. Do you think I'll jump at you like you would? Karen's face flushed. What? If you keep holding your head up like that, you'll turn into that, you know? As a girl, you should be proper and polite, not arrogant like this. Calypso shot back, holding my head high, eyes looking straight ahead. That is proper etiquette. Didn't you know? Karen yelled, fine then. Show me what you've got. Show me your skills. You're going to be expelled anyway. Calypso crossed her arms, thinking, is this guy spouting nonsense? Or is there actually a reason to expel me? Well, whatever. It's not worth worrying about. Karen continued his tirade. Who gave you permission to defeat Lord Bayan's subordinates? Prepare to repent. Calypso thought, oh, so that's it. They were the ones who claimed to be Bayan's subordinates. Then she said aloud, oh ho, all right. Then quickly expel me. I'm curious to see how that'll happen. Karen trembled with rage. Do you think I'm joking? I'm serious. Calypso remained nonchalant. Did anyone say you were joking? Run back and tell Bayap. Tuck your tail between your legs and run to report to Bayan. Embarrassed, Karen glanced around, grabbed a nearby sword, and swung it at Calypso. Dodging the blow, Calypso thought, I really don't want to fight, but getting hit would hurt, and I hate pain. She leaped into the air and kicked Karen in the head. Then, she kicked the sword from Karen's grasp. Dangerous. Just then, Lila arrived, picking up the sword. What's going on here? What's going on here? Karen, swords are for decoration, not weapons. We'll discuss the rest of this in the disciplinary room. While power rankings are important, using a weapon to injure someone rather than simply testing strength and limits is unacceptable. After that, Karen was taken away. Calypso approached Lila and said, "Thank you." Lila replied, "No need to thank me. As head of this institution, it's my duty. However, I must remain neutral. I have to be fair." Calypso beamed. "Thank you so much for helping me." Lila sighed. "I feel like I'm talking to a top student from the Intermediate Academy." Calypso continued, "Do you need an explanation? Or should I also go to the disciplinary room?" Lila responded, "We heard everything echoing down the hallway. You don't need to go to the disciplinary room, princess." Besides, Lila added, "He requested that I take good care of you." I was quite surprised. "It's the first time." Calypso asked, puzzled. "Who?" Lila replied, "Your father." "Him." Calypso felt as if struck by lightning. After returning to her room, Calypso remained anxious. "What should I do?" she thought, recalling Lila's words. "I owe him. I'm also one of his servants." Calypso clutched her head, worried. "I've been boasting about him everywhere. I didn't think Lila was one of his subordinates. Is this really happening? What was I expecting besides this? Have you been cheerfully deceiving me this whole time? How long did you think you could fool me? I have no right to complain if you hate me." Feeling things out and pretending not to know anything, perhaps it's time to stop this charade. But I should meet with him first. I hope father won't be too angry. Opening the door, Calypso saw her father already inside. He knew all along that his daughter was telling shallow lies, she thought. At this moment, it feels more like a betrayal. In that moment, he didn't want to play along anymore. "I considered ending this fake mentor-student relationship. I intended to, but I couldn't. I always thought I could end this strange relationship, something I pursued out of mere curiosity. But for the first time, I don't want to lose it." Calypso stammered, "Greetings, Master." "This is so awkward," she lamented internally. Looking at the paper in Calypso's hand, her father asked, "What's that?" Calypso unfolded the paper and replied, This is something I wanted to bring to you, Master. Are you curious? Are you excited?" He responded coldly, "No." Calypso thought, okay, I don't know how to start this, but if father reacts like he usually does, it should be fine, right? He doesn't seem angry. I don't know why, but it seems like he's not planning to say anything. Wait, does that mean I have to start the conversation? So as planned, it's Luca's recipe. She said brightly, "Wait a moment, Master. Today, I'll make you a super delicious dish." He looked bewildered. "Cooking?" A while later, "Master, you've been waiting a long time, haven't you? It's done. I made a dish based on your nutritional balance." And the chef back home, Master, interfered a little. "Look forward to it. It's coming right up." "Tajda, this is the dish Calypso made, haha." Ulla asked, "Did you consider the nutritional value?" Calypso replied, "Yes, I used a very special recipe. I included 3 main nutrients, too. Actually, I feel bad about what happened. This is also my apology for suddenly asking you to take on a second disciple, my brother. I was too presumptuous. I apologize." Ulla looked at her, sighing softly. "Explain the dish." Calypso asked why. Ulla continued, "If you serve a dish, you must explain it." Calypso promptly replied, "All right. As for the recipe, this is a Luca dish from the White Whale clan." As she explained, Ulla treated Calypso's small, delicate hands. "And that's it. What do you think, Master?" Ulla said coldly, "I don't like it. I won't take on anyone else." Calypso responded, "Oh, I see. I'm sorry, Master." Ulla continued, "Don't make this mistake again." Calypso hesitated. "Yes, I won't do that again." "Oh, Master, something strange happened at school today. My father asked Lila to protect me." "Why would he give that order?" Ulla asked so. Calypso looked at him. "What do you think, Master?" She thought to herself, even if he's figured me out, I have to pretend I don't know. I have to ask why he did this for me. I witnessed the world being destroyed by Duke Dong, and I didn't care. Now I hate uncertainty. Ulla asked, "What do I think?" "Why are you asking me? I'm not your father." Calypso clenched her hands. "So that's it. When did he realize I was lying? Why is he helping me? Now I'll play along with how things are going." Then she spoke aloud, "But Master, you and my father are the same age, so I was curious. I thought you would understand his feelings since you're both adults." Calypso wondered silently, if he's already seen through my act, why isn't he saying anything? Ulla said, "Not all adults are the same." Calypso looked at him, thinking, oh, I see. Father just doesn't want to talk about it. I won't listen to that. It's unfair. Despite her inner turmoil, Calypso still seemed eager to learn. Ulla asked, "Didn't he say he cares about you and loves you? Why didn't he say it himself, that he cares about me and loves me very much? Surely that's the answer." Calypso looked at the wound on her hand in surprise. It was gone. She cradled her hand and said, "It must be." The scene shifted to another location. Ulla grimaced, thinking, what is this scene? Calypso was carrying a boulder on her shoulders. 335? Ola reminded her, put more strength into your legs. Ola scowled, thinking, how heavy is that thing? Lifting it more than 335 times at the age of 3. Now, she's using hydraulics for her strength. Calypso yelled, Master, you're not going to throw that, are you? Ola threw the boulder. Kill it. He said as he threw it, I'll throw it. Guess what? This is also training. He watched Calypso, thinking, it's inevitable that she'll lose. The third son of, he's a genius, recognized for his talent since he was young. But that's not enough. He always questions his limits. He wants to compete with the strongest. But because his strength became so renowned, no one wanted to challenge him. So he changed his methods. He deliberately provoked others to bully him and defeated them one by one. That was his amusement, until one day, his younger sister appeared before him. And what's more, she called his father master. He didn't know what had happened, but the truth was, his father had taken an interest in her. Without a doubt, she was his true savior. Even though his belief was in breaking through strength, what if she was so strong that he couldn't break her? I should respect and serve her, he thought. I have to do as I planned. But I can't stand this insane training. He spoke up. What are you doing? It's your turn next. He declared boldly, Master, please give me a smaller rock than Calypso's. Hearing this, both he and Calypso froze. Arms crossed, the master asked the smaller rock, Aren't you ashamed? He replied, No, master. I will become stronger within my own limits. He worried silently, thinking, calling my father master. Is there something wrong with that? I just call him that. He'll definitely accept my request. Calypso trembled. Is my training finished, master? The master replied, Yes, you're done. Calypso breathed a sigh of relief. Finally, I can rest. The other boy immediately approached. Little sister, you've worked hard. Calypso looked at him suspiciously. What's wrong with him? Is he crazy? What's with those eyes? The boy said brightly, You're amazing, so cool, so extraordinary. Seeing you reminded me. Could you grant me a request? Calypso, wiping her sweat, said a request. Tell me, and let me hear it. The boy continued, I have 2 older brothers. My second oldest brother is named Atlan, so the thing is, please take care of our second brother, too. Calypso's jaw dropped. That unlucky, hot-headed second brother. How can he compare to me? Those eyes are so irritating. I can't be the only one who has to endure this. The boy smiled. Make sure he can't recover. The scene shifted to another location where Calypso sat, recalling the boy's words and pondering. What happened between that boy and Atlan? Second brother Atlan. Somehow, he has a similar temperament to Beyond, but there's a different nuance to Atlan and a more mischievous air. Since they both hate losing, I'm sure they're not close. In the previous life, the 3 of them were perfect partners. It couldn't be considered a normal relationship. There was always an extremely close atmosphere, especially in moments of crisis. Close enough to sacrifice a life for each other. This life and the last can't be the same. Anyway, I haven't had a chance to meet Atlan yet. Let's ignore that boy's crazy talk. At that moment, the twins ran up to her. Princess, what are you doing here? Calypso asked. Come to think of it, you 2 are brothers too, right? The twins looked puzzled. Yes, why? Calypso continued. Do you 2 get along? Both of them replied immediately. No, we don't get along at all. Luba always insists he's older. Nah, you're probably mistaken. Ask mother. Calypso stepped between the 2, hands raised. All right, calm down. I understand. Stop it. Luba spoke up, but Princess, Karen hasn't arrived yet. Oh, right, Calypso replied. How many days has it been since he's been absent? With Karen gone, the atmosphere here has become strange. She paused, considering. Yes, it feels like we're divided into 2 different factions. That's true. I've been wondering what drove them apart. A moment later, Luba spoke again, a touch of hesitancy in her voice. Princess, are you leaving now? Is there something you need from me? Calypso inquired. Lila answered, Please come closer, Princess. You know the upcoming clan meeting, correct? Lila lowered her voice. I know. I will be attending as a candidate for the next head of the family. Lila's worry was evident. Yes, please be careful. You know, potential candidates are always put forward, but they often disappear right before the clan meeting. Thank you for your concern. Calypso responded, but I'll be fine. Father will protect me. And Lila, you're here too, aren't you? Lila continued, That's true, but never let your guard down. There are too many vulnerabilities in this great clan. Calypso turned to leave. I'll be careful. As she walked away, her thoughts churned. Father won't protect me. I have to prepare myself before the clan meeting. I'm also worried about this divided atmosphere. The scene shifted. Asian E spoke. That's probably because they'll follow different successors. Calypso complained, "Why are you here?" Asian E grinned, "Because we're going to see Master together." Calypso sighed, "Do you have to come with me?" Asian E replied, "But you go there every day. I was surprised when you showed up like that the other day. You already have followers. How many? You're not the first. Could you become the first if you took down the ones before you?" Calypso stated coldly, "If they bother me, they'll die by my hand." "Where's your conscience?" She thought, "What about those poor kids?" Brushing off the dust from her hands, Calypso said aloud, "If they're following a successor, it must be Beon and the remnants of the clan, right?" Exactly. The atmosphere at the intermediate base is similar too. "Little sister, how will you handle the clan meeting?" Calypso admitted, "This is my first time attending." Asian E reassured her, "Don't worry, I'll introduce you around." Calypso considered this. Being introduced by Asian E wouldn't be bad. It would be best to have father's help, but that's impossible. Asian E continued, "Before the clan meeting, everyone will be preparing. I've even faced our eldest brother and second brother before, but I never considered you. Little sister, have I spoiled you too much? Take advantage of me wisely." Calypso chuckled. "Don't be like that." Asian E, his cheek pinched by Calypso, yelped, "Ow. No, y surrande, y surrande." A few days later, these past few days have been too peaceful, haven't they? Calypso read the paper in her hand. "Silently follow me to the back garden. If you don't come, I will threaten the twins you care about." Crumpling the paper in her fist, Calypso thought, such cliched writing, like a third-rate villain. Should I go meet this idiot? A while later, having arrived at the designated location, she heard Karen say, "No doubt about it, she actually came." Ba Ian stroked his hair. "Is that a puppy?" "In the end, there's nothing worth seeing, is there? It's nothing more than rat droppings," he scoffed. Calypso bristled. "Rat droppings? You dare compare me to something from the surface. And what's more, this is no different than ganging up on a little girl and bullying her." "You idiot, your brain is smaller than a jellyfish," Asian E sneered. "Oh, right, that rumor has me intrigued. How amusing. So you do know how to talk. Looks like she's been ignoring you, hasn't she?" Calypso, fuming, grabbed Asian E's arm and flung him away. "If all you could do was talk, she wouldn't even bother, you fool." "Release the twins immediately," she commanded. "I'll make you pay for this." Asian E smirked. "Funny, it seems you weren't lying about being Master Pier's daughter, were you?" Calypso stated frankly, "That's right. My father is the renowned Pier Equator." Asian E raised a hand. "So, proves you're just a daddy's girl, riding on his coattails." Calypso retorted, "Not at all. I inherited all of my father's talent, and you'll certainly remember that." She then yelled, "Luca, Luba, scream." Asian E, turning furiously, spat, playing dirty, "Are we? Killer whales are apex predators, but they're not invincible. Every living creature has evolved, developing its own weapons. The weapons possessed by the Nahan clan's white whales, Luca and Luba, are their supersonic screams, capable of shattering eardrums." Calypso ordered, "Asian E, rescue the twins now." Asian E shot off. "Leave it to me." Asian E, enraged, "She's here too." Calypso lunged, grabbing Asian E's shirt. "Where are your eyes? Your opponent is me." Calypso punched him, sending him staggering back, a spray of blood erupting from his mouth. Asian E wiped the blood away. "Just a cheap shot." Calypso challenged, "So what do you think about those cheap shots, huh? Answer me." She roared. Asian E, "No matter what happens, protect the twins." Calypso, her stance, radiating power, beckoned with her hand. "What are you standing around for? Scared already? Cowards." Observing the scene, Asian E thought to himself, should I even call this a fight? Killer whale battles are usually bloody affairs, with their use of hydrokinesis. But this is just a chaotic brawl. Asian E bellowed, "Restrain them. Can't you take her down? Use your hydrokinesis." Asian E, his heart pounding with fear, thought, she's this terrifying before even awakening her full power. She's even stronger than Atlan. The fight around Calypso raged. Asian E turned sharply towards the twins. "If you can't capture her, take them hostage." Suddenly, someone arrived, causing Asian E's men to collapse, clutching their ears in pain. "Master Asian E, I rushed here the moment I saw the message. But what is the meaning of this?" The twins rushed forward. "Father, father." "Luca won't open his eyes anymore. Father." Asian E spoke up. "Please wait a moment while I explain. Princess Calypso is almost finished." Calypso, lost in thought, mused, "This is quite close to the mansion. With all this commotion, they'll surely..." Just as she finished the thought, Lila arrived, shouting, "Stop. What is going on here?" exactly as Calypso had anticipated. She smirked. A short while later, Calypso's wounds were bandaged. Lila addressed her. Please explain what happened. Calypso, dejected, sighed. Please, give me a moment to compose myself. She took a sip of water. First, I need to make it clear they started the fight. More accurately, the white whale twins were attacked. Can you believe it? They're not even 7 years old yet. We orcas have a duty to protect children. It's an undeniable truth. But it's not just that. This also involves the rules within the merfolk law. These are the laws our education system is supposed to uphold. Students with greater academic and physical abilities have no right to oppress younger, less experienced students. It's an age-old rule almost everyone knows, but as long as they aren't caught, they feel free to ignore it. This law was established by the ancestors of the Orca clan, so we can't just let this go. Therefore, Aquaid, I request a disciplinary hearing. She thought to herself, knowing Ba Ian and his assessment of my abilities, he probably assumed I'd stay silent and let this slide. But I despise those who break the law more than those who resort to violence. So he clearly doesn't understand my character. That's why you shouldn't underestimate someone who has returned, my dear Ba Ian. Lila spoke calmly. As you wish. A high-level disciplinary hearing will be convened. As you are involved, Princess, you will also be required to attend. Calypso sat down. Yes, that shouldn't be a problem. Lila continued, and your guardian must be present with you at the hearing. Princess. Calypso stared, stunned. Lila pressed on. In other words, even with your attendance, you must still invite Lord Pier. Calypso froze. What the hell? A moment later, Calypso had collected herself. I only intended to call for a disciplinary meeting. I never considered the need for a guardian. What am I supposed to say? I took down Ba Ian. Could you attend the disciplinary council as my father? What if he tells me he isn't my father? Just then, someone approached and bowed. Princess, I've been waiting for you. I am Loba Beluga. He paused. I came to express my gratitude. Loba Beluga was the father of Luca and Luba and hailed from the house of white whales. Calypso inquired, how are Luca and Luba? Loba replied, my wife, their mother, has taken them home. I must thank you again. If you hadn't notified me, I wouldn't have arrived in time. Calypso stammered, I only did what I had to. Besides, Luca and Luba were caught up in this because of my personal matters. I apologize on behalf of those foolish orcas. Orcas believe they can do anything as long as they're strong enough, so they often disregard ethics and established rules. I also bear responsibility for Luca and Luba being subjected to such vile behavior. I sincerely apologize. Loba responded, it's difficult to expect kindness from orcas. As you said, they're beings who have abandoned morality. But after seeing you, Princess, my perspective has shifted. I must receive an apology from Ba Ian, the one who perpetrated the violence. Calypso smiled faintly, thinking almost everyone feels that way, but they rarely voice it. I'm glad he expressed himself so honestly. The belugas are truly pitiful. Ba Ian demanded their subservience, but they refused and were slaughtered. Among them, Loba, though a white whale, was an exceptional warrior. I remember clearly, Lila mused, Ba Ian was the type of person who wouldn't reconcile, even in death. Then, addressing Master Piraquazer, she added, thank you. I'll visit Luca and Luba soon. Loba Beluga smiled. Yes, they'll be delighted. Sometime later, at the primary, intermediate, and advanced education facilities, rumors spread like wildfire about the young princess who had taken down Ba Ian. Hey, did you hear about the princess? Someone whispered. You mean how she fought and won against Ba Ian? His whole crew joined in and got completely wrecked. No way, another scoffed. How could a princess still in primary education do that? I heard she hasn't even awakened her hydrokinetic abilities yet. Another voice chimed in. The bottom line is the princess and Ba Ian fought, and the princess won decisively. What do you think? One pressed. Say something. Atlan jumped up. Do you enjoy interrogating people? He snapped. The first speaker, startled, stammered. No, but can't you say anything? She's your sister. After all, Atlan, the first speaker pointed out. Atlan, Calypso's older brother, turned away. Don't talk nonsense, he muttered. I don't have a sister. Wake me up one more time, he threatened, and I'll kill you. The first speaker quickly backed down. All right. Your temper is so unpredictable. The scene shifted to another location. What do you think about the rumors surrounding the Princess Bellows? Bellows, Calypso's eldest brother, calmly replied, those who commit offenses deserve punishment. His attendant tilted their head. Offenses. Elaborate, Bellows. Bellows closed his book. She greatly dislikes those who break the law. But Ian isn't the main issue. The scene shifted back to Calypso. She declared proudly, I won. I actually won. Master truly taught me so many wonderful things. Thank you. Thanks to you, I won. She thought to herself, I'm still just a kid. Just a little fight, and my body is already throbbing. What is this? It's okay. I have to persevere. But Father has to be happy before I can even bring up joining the disciplinary council. Pier spoke coldly. Victory is when you bring glory home without a single injury. Calypso questioned, Master, what are you saying? How can I win without getting hurt? Pier continued, I've won battles without a scratch. Calypso interrupted, but that's you, Master. I haven't even awakened yet. Pier glared. From a moment you accepted me as your master, weren't you supposed to obey my words as if they were law? Calypso flinched. That's true, but Pier continued, a victory covered in injuries isn't a victory. It's incompetence. Calypso fell silent, thinking he only praises me once, and the rest is all reprimands. Is winning a fight at this age supposed to be so easy? Tears welled in her eyes. Can't you give me just one compliment, Father? I'm training harder than anyone. I've been trying my best, even for my past life. Seeing her leave, Pier asked, where are you going? Calypso replied, I don't know, but I'm going. Wiping away her tears as she walked, she thought, Father would never do this to me. Father, I miss you so much. Watching her go, Pier crossed his arms and, without a word, used his hydrokinesis to lift her into the air. Your body is a weapon. Calypso furrowed her brow. So, Pier responded, if you don't care for a weapon properly, it will break or rust. Your body is the same. As your master, I'm reprimanding you for neglecting your weapon. A well-maintained weapon can be used for a lifetime. I am the one who failed to forge that weapon, Calypso thought, her gaze downcast. A powerful hero, revered by all. Yet this orca was unfortunate enough to contract an incurable illness. He sees his life as a failure. Until the day Pier closes his eyes, not a single day will pass without him receiving unwanted attention, unable to overcome his frail body. He lived with that unwanted attention until his death. And so, he found me, someone who possesses both extraordinary strength and a healthy body, a body he could never have. Calypso hesitated. Are you saying it's my fault I was injured? That a victory like this is wrong? She brooded silently. How can I achieve a proud victory like Father if I don't struggle like this? You can't even grasp the hydraulics that comes so easily to me, Pierce said. Even if I gave you the answer, would you even listen? The relationship between master and disciple inevitably includes separation. Didn't you want me to maintain a distance, an objective stance? Hearing this, Calypso thought, does his voice sound bitter, or am I imagining it? Calypso reached for Pier's robe. Master, are you worried about me? Pier replied, your father loved you very much, didn't he? What would he say at a time like this? Calypso's eyes widened. He would scold me for making him worry so much. Then he would definitely hold me tight and finally say, I love you, my daughter. So, Master, could you repeat what I just said? I was very worried about you, Calypso. Pier paused for a moment, then touched Calypso's head. I was very worried about you, Calypso. A smile bloomed on Calypso's face. She thought, the reason I came all this way, however clumsy it may seem, I understand it now. The scene shifted to another location. Alan asked, so, we'll attend together. Calypso replied, yes, that's how it will be. That day, I was so preoccupied with my anger that I didn't even mention giving that document to Father. I couldn't do anything. I had no choice but to abandon the idea of bringing Father along. No matter how many times I think about it, I still can't bring myself to ask Father without a proper reason. Alan asked, but will it be all right? The highest level positions require parental attendance. Calypso answered, we'll manage somehow. With you and Bellows, it would be too awkward to suddenly make such a request to Master. Alan asked, we could just tell Father everything. Calypso shook her head. No, we can't. She thought, until I meet the Dragon Duke, I want to continue living with Pier as I am now. Alan smiled. I'm not worried. My little sister must have already thought everything through. By the way, I didn't expect the high-level disciplinary meeting and the family council meeting to be held on the same day. She thought, with the rumors I've spread, my mere presence will attract attention. I want to see the expression on the face of the grandmother who ignored me. Since Ian won't be attending, I'll handle this, Lila said. If I don't intervene, Ian's people will likely face a difficult time. Then she spoke, Atlan, you helped me without hesitation. Thank you so much. Atlan smiled brightly. What are you talking about? This was fun. It's the first time I've fought to protect someone. Calypso smiled too. Really? That's something to look forward to. A lot will happen. Just then, the servants approached. Oh my, young Master Atlan is here too. Look how well you two get along. My goodness, young Master, you're so handsome. The two of you look so much alike. Atlan called out, Hey Calypso, we need to discuss tomorrow's disciplinary meeting. Calypso coughed and said, All right, you chattering magpies can leave now. After the servants left, Calypso spoke. Atlan, tomorrow you'll do exactly as I say. Listen carefully. First I'll this way, and then... A moment later, Atlan replied, Understood. I'll do as you say, but are you sure we shouldn't call father? Calypso gave a confident smile. Trust me, Atlan. We can handle this ourselves. Atlan worried silently. I completely trust my sister, but will it really be all right? The next day, the Supreme Council meeting was held. Calypso was ready. Let the Supreme Council commence. This outfit suits me well. Even when I said it wasn't necessary, they insisted. I can feel their sincerity. Not bad. This is my weapon. I'm glad they didn't demand a parental summons beforehand. I always want to maintain a proper student-teacher relationship with Master Peer. I can do this. I'm used to handling things on my own. After Calypso entered, those present were astonished. Good heavens, is that Calypso? Impossible. Someone so small fighting. Just as expected, she truly carries Master Peer's blood. Calypso thought to herself, it's rather sparse since it coincides with the family meeting. It seems most of them are here to see me. It's strange the 2 days overlap. Lila will handle this, won't she? Lila stood at attention and said, Princess, welcome. You look different than usual. Calypso replied with a sparkle in her eye. The maids worked very hard. Don't you think they did a wonderful job? Lila nodded. Over there, you may sit next to young Master Atlan. Lila thought to herself, resembling Master Peer is noteworthy, but the princess possesses a different kind of beauty. Perhaps she takes after her mother. The others murmured, the princess is sitting next to young Master Atlan. Didn't he say his relationship with his sister was terrible? It seems Master Peer's children are destined to fight and then reconcile. Calypso glanced sideways, thinking to herself, let's see, Buy-in is here too. As expected, my uncle isn't present. Who are you glaring at, you wretch? He's probably at the family meeting. He must have gone to my father's place to appease grandmother. This is tricky. That's where my uncle's true power lies. A talented heir will always be valued more than an incompetent one. At that moment, someone spoke up. Everyone, please be silent. We will now begin the supreme disciplinary hearing. In this place, a voice declared, all are called to these meetings, regardless of rank. I ask everyone, in the name of the sea, to pledge to speak only the truth. First, Ian, the accused in this matter. Ian folded his arms. I pledge upon the sea, he responded. And next, the voice continued. The victims in this matter, Calypso and Atlan. We pledge upon the sea, they said in unison. Suddenly, another voice interrupted. Hold on. As chair of this disciplinary committee, I have an objection. The speaker was Chaya, chair of the governing council of the Orca clan's intermediate facility. Chaya continued, this meeting is being held to discuss the conduct of minors. Therefore, I believe everyone was informed that a guardian must accompany them. Why are Calypso and Atlan without a guardian? Calypso's hands clenched, her thoughts racing. It's happening, she thought grimly. It's finally happening. I thought I'd slip past it thanks to Lila. She likely tried to help in her own way after seeing Peer hadn't come. But of all people, it had to be her grandmother's old friend and a stickler for the rules. Calypso stepped forward. We do not have a guardian. Guardians are necessary for those who are not yet adults. Atlan and I have no need of such. We will be our own guardians. Murmurs rippled through the assembled crowd. Why isn't Master Peer here? Someone whispered. But isn't this the law? Another questioned. Perhaps he's ill. Lila's voice cut through the noise. Order. Everyone, please maintain order. In this instance, Calypso and Atlan are within their rights to be without a guardian. Chaya slammed a hand on the table. That's impossible. The law is the law. For someone who can't even follow basic regulations, this meeting cannot proceed. Summon your guardian immediately. Calypso. Calypso inwardly cursed. Damn it, grandmother's damn best friend isn't helping me at all. Ian smirked, a triumphant glint in his eyes. Why not continue the meeting? If she says she doesn't have a father, what can we do? Laughter erupted from the crowd. Perhaps Ian is right. Probably off at a clan meeting or conducting business. Chaya's face darkened. Silence. Calypso and Atlan, do you not have a guardian? Calypso's fists clenched, her anger simmering. Calm down. I expected this. Think of a way to turn this around. Suddenly, a figure appeared. Of course, we must follow the law, mustn't we? I am the guardian of my son and daughter. I request permission to participate in this meeting. Calypso's mind reeled. What's happening? This is the first time I've been this flustered since my fourth regression. This must be unexpected for Atlan too. I don't know how or why Pier is here, but if I panic, it will look strange. Plus, there are too many rumors to disprove. Damn it. In that case, smile. A joyous expression spread across Calypso's face as she rushed forward. Pier, beneath the surface, worry gnawed at her. Please respond. Please respond. She embraced him tightly. Pier looked down at her. I apologize for being late. Calypso's embrace tightened. Pier, are you alright? I thought you wouldn't make it in time. Though her words were reassuring, Calypso still worried. Should I speak up and agree with you, or would it be better to remain silent? Pier responded gently. I'm stronger now. I apologize for causing you concern. Hearing these words from Pier's mouth left both Lila and Chaya utterly astonished. Pier continued, Does anyone need further confirmation of my presence? Lila replied, Oh no, we confirm your presence. Chaya coughed, then said, It's been a while, Pier. We thought you wouldn't come. Pier answered, My daughter was so worried she forgot to inform me of the correct time. Because of that, I arrive a little late. But Ian, grinding his teeth, sprang to his feet. This doesn't count. He didn't arrive on time. Lila spoke up. Young Master Ba Ian, please calm down. The chairman is well aware of all the regulations. Ba Ian fumed. Do you think I'll just stand by and watch? His mother snapped, Son, calm yourself. Hasn't the chairman already approved this? Ba Ian, seething, was forced to sit back down. Calypso breathed a sigh of relief. Such behavior won't benefit him at all. His punishment is already clear. Doesn't he realize this meeting is just to decide the details and severity of the penalty? If he self-destructs, it'll be better for everyone. Besides, if Father used his power, I would have already seen his corpse on the floor. What a pity. Then Pier sat down. Asian, looking a little intimidated there, huh? Ha! Calypso smiled radiantly. Suddenly, someone rushed in, panting. My apologies, but by order of the head of the family, the Supreme Disciplinary Council must adjourn this meeting immediately and move to the Judgment Hall. Therefore, this disciplinary hearing will continue in the presence of the head of the family, along with the family meeting. Calypso froze, hearing the news. This is ridiculous. If we go to that meeting, that bastard will have the advantage. At the disciplinary council held at the academy, the chairman's authority is absolute, so Ba Ian's punishment is guaranteed. But if it's moved to the family meeting, there are many factions that support Ba Ian. If we change to a location that benefits him, not only will it be unfair, but he might even avoid any punishment altogether. Atlan asked, Sister, what should we do? Calypso replied, What do you mean, what should we do? We can't do anything. You know grandmother's orders are absolute. I really wanted to see that guy humiliated. What a shame. Pier spoke up, It's all right. Calypso asked, puzzled, Father, what do you mean by it's all right? Pier replied, about what you're thinking. And you don't need to force yourself to be so polite. You're not used to it. A moment later, wow, we're like celebrities. Everyone is staring. Calypso said, I mean, Father, I can walk myself. Pier said, with those legs of yours. When will you get there? Calypso thought to herself, speechless. Well, it's good for me if the rumors spread. Keep staring. But what does Father gain from this? Atlan asked, Oh, sister, have you ever been to the Judgment Hall? Calypso answered, No, I don't think I have. Atlan continued as they walked. Traditionally, family meetings are held in 3 main halls. The Judgment Hall is one of them. We're here. That's it. The Judgment Hall had 2 meanings. One was the bright blue door, just like its name, and the other was the place where trials were held. Throughout the history of the Orca clan, countless events had transpired within those walls. That, in essence, was the origin of its name. And so, I found myself returning to this place. As Pier entered, a voice rang out. Lord Pier, young Master Atlan, and Lady Calypso have arrived. A ripple of astonishment spread through the assembled crowd. Lord Pier, many thought, well, this is the first time I've seen him in person. Oquiala, the clan matriarch, smiled. Look who's decided to show their face. Isn't it the son I thought was dead? Pier bowed his head. Greetings, matriarch. Oquiala scoffed. Don't bother with pleasantries. Just disappear again and do me a favor. The air grew heavy with tension. Calypso cleared her throat and then spoke with a forced cheerfulness. Hello, grandmother. It's been a while. She added with a saccharine smile. You look so young. What's your secret? Oquiala replied, Ah yes. You're here too, aren't you? Such a sweet talker at such a young age. Much better than your thick-faced old man. Calypso whispered to her father, see, she likes flattery. You should try it. She added under her breath, it can't hurt. It's all right, Pierre murmured. I'll practice. Then, to Calypso's utter astonishment, he smiled. Good advice, Pierre said softly. I'll keep that in mind. Calypso stared, dumbfounded. He can smile. Murmurs rippled through the hall. Did you see that? Lord Pierre smiled. He really does love his daughter, just like the rumors say. A man stood up and addressed the matriarch. Perhaps we should resume the trial, matriarch. This was Rodison Aquasier Dell, Pierre's older brother. Rodison continued. It's wonderful to see my brother, of course, but we can't delay official business. Oquiala glared at him. Do you dare interrupt me, Rodison? Rodison quickly backpedaled. No, of course not, mother. My apologies. Calypso stuck her tongue out at him. Didn't even finish his sentence before getting slapped down. Where are we supposed to sit now? What? Why is father sitting there? So far from the council table. This old woman is outrageous. She's clearly looking down on us. Calypso nudged her father. What are we going to do, father? They're disrespecting us. We're so far away. She probably won't even hear me. Father, are you listening? Don't just ignore me now. Pierre sighed. Now, why are you fussing like a fishwife? Calypso protested. Don't tell me to now at a time like this. Pierre continued. Whether she hears or not, don't worry about it. Everyone will certainly hear your voice. We're here for a disciplinary hearing, not a family reunion. Don't forget why you're here. At that moment, Calypso's older brother, Bellows, arrived, causing another stir among the onlookers. Oh, he's here too, someone whispered. Of course. Wouldn't miss this for the world. Bellows stopped and addressed his grandmother. Grandmother, there must be a reason for such a grand assembly. Everyone is present and accounted for, ready to hear your esteemed words. We humbly beseech you to enlighten us. Oquiala replied, Thank you, my dear. Your tongue is as silver as ever. Bellows bowed his head. You flatter me. Both of you quickly reconcile, then take your seats. Yes, grandmother. Oquiala continued. I've heard tell of an incident concerning our educational system. Is this true? Those involved, step forward. Explain to me the chaos you two have caused within our esteemed establishment. Bayan spoke up. Clan matriarch, allow me to speak first. Firstly, please don't call it chaos. It was a minor incident, nothing more. This trifling matter shouldn't even warrant the clan matriarch's precious time. For the Orca clan, life is combat. It is struggle. Every moment should be utilized to its fullest. To waste your valuable time with such a petty personal squabble demonstrates a lowering of the dignity of the Orca Beast King clan, the strongest creatures in the ocean. Calypso thought to herself, does this guy even realize he fought a 3-year-old? What a lack of conscience. Let's see how far he takes this. Oquiala asked skeptically, so you're suggesting the rumors are exaggerated, and this was merely a small accident? Bayan replied, I simply wanted to meet my cousin. She's been the subject of many rumors lately, so I arranged a secret meeting just to talk. Calypso thought, after kidnapping and threatening Luca and Luba, some talk. Bayan continued smoothly, yet the moment she saw my face, she immediately insulted my father. Perhaps she wanted to show me that she's the daughter of the strongest Orca beastkin, the Great Pierre. Calypso gritted her teeth in anger. Insulting me is one thing, but dragging my father into this. And who gave him the right to call my father by his first name? Bayan continued. Furthermore, unlike those cunning onlookers, I have witnesses ready to recount everything. The present witness shouted, we only wanted to help young Master Bayan. We did nothing more, yet we were attacked without provocation. Isn't she the daughter of Pierre? It was an unfair fight from the start. Calypso sighed inwardly. I was a little worried when I saw those two arrive, but them as witnesses. They're bragging about being beaten by a 3-year-old. The witness continued, it's true. The young miss insulted young Master Bayan first. Young Master Bayan is definitely in the right. Bayan added, as you can see, there are no lies in the witness's testimony. Oquiala spoke, so you're claiming you're blameless. Bayan replied, of course, grandmother. I have a profound reason for bringing this trivial disciplinary matter to the family meeting. I will use this opportunity to expose the truth about my rude little cousin. What makes her worthy of being the daughter of the Great Pierre? She possesses neither the strength nor the appropriate dignity. Look how easily she lies and boasts. She clearly hasn't been raised properly. Calypso thought, you're the one who insults others as easily as breathing. This is so boring. When do I get to retaliate? Oquiala stood abruptly. So, you're saying she's an ill-mannered child who has disrupted the decorum of our family. Ba-Yin quickly replied, yes, precisely. Okiala leaned closer. So I understand. A mere commoner, unworthy of acknowledgement, dares to challenge one of my future heirs. Ignorant of their place, they act recklessly. Okiala then used her power to lift Calypso into the air. A tight grip around her throat, Calypso struggled, her mind racing. Damn, this is the power of the current matriarch, my grandmother. Endure it, she thought, fighting for breath. This is a battle of wills. I can't breathe. Suddenly, another power surged to Calypso's aid. The crushing pressure around her neck vanished. Had it been countered by an even greater force. Lord Pierre's voice cut through the tension. Matriarch, that child is only 3 years old. Okiala laughed, a chilling sound. Don't worry. If she can't withstand this, it's a disgrace to our family. How did you raise her? Didn't you teach her the basics, the very foundation of Orca society, letting that weak child run wild, unaware of her place? Okiala's voice dripped with disdain. This old woman nearly killed me, and now she says this. Calypso fumed inwardly. Okiala's sharp gaze fixed on Pierre. Pierre, did you raise her yourself? Calypso's heart pounded with anxiety. Wait, what if he says he didn't raise me? What if he disowns me right here? The lie, the story I spread about his love and care, it will all be exposed. Please don't. Pierre's voice, steady and calm, broke the silence. I raised her by my own rules. I taught her to prevail in every battle. She acted precisely as I instructed, omitting no detail. Okiala sank back in her seat. Unbelievable. To think I've lived to see you defend someone disrupting the very fabric of our traditions. It ruins my mood. Then let us hear the entire story again, from my daughter's perspective, Pierre countered. Isn't that the role of the matriarch? Calypso looked at Pierre, a flicker of hope igniting within her. He's given me a chance. The chance I've been waiting for. A chance to make my own name, to prove myself. I won't waste it. Stepping forward, she spoke. I only wish to ask one thing. Do not hold the actions of the strong accountable. That is the rule of the Orca clan, is it not? Okiala sighed, a weary sound. Yes, that is correct. The main issue of today's meeting is the fight, Calypso continued. They insulted my dignity, but this is what truly matters, correct? If grandmother judges fairly, I will tell you something interesting. Ba-Ian raised his hand. Wait, matriarch, please allow me to speak. Ba-Ian, you bastard, Calypso thought, her eyes narrowing. Your turn is over. Okiala's voice was firm. Enough, Calypso. Continue. How many people did Ba-Ian bring to the fight? Calypso asked, her voice clear and strong. No less than 10. Asian took on 3. The remaining 7 engaged me directly. Calypso, a Quasir, the victor of that brawl, was me. Ba-Ian, utterly defeated by a 3-year-old child like myself. A small smile played on Calypso's lips. You fool. You were happy to be a witness, weren't you? You just helped me. Calypso continued, her voice brimming with confidence. The witnesses themselves have stated it repeatedly, haven't they? That Pierre's daughter is a formidable fighter. According to the Orca clan's laws, I am the victor. Ba-Ian cannot challenge me, the one who won. Furthermore, that day, a friend of mine was dragged into the fight, even though they are not a member of the Orca clan. Ba-Ian threatened to kill my friend if I didn't participate in the fight. Therefore, all of my actions were to protect my friend. Esteemed matriarch, what wrong have I committed in this matter? The Orca clan's role is to oversee the aquatic creatures. According to you, only the Orca clan decides matters through battles, and you warn me not to act this way with weaker clans. Okiala chuckled. You know quite a lot for your age. Despite being threatened, you reluctantly participated in the fight and won. Yes, your story is quite intriguing. But do you have any witnesses? Calypso's brow furrowed with worry. Here it comes. Asian is my younger sibling, so they can't testify. Luca and Luba are still receiving treatment. Ultimately, there are no witnesses on my side. Truly, not a single one. Suddenly, a voice rang out, a hand raised in the air. Clan matriarch, I wish to participate as a witness for this proceeding. Okiala tilted her head. Oh, someone dares to speak up. Go ahead. The woman continued in the young lady's story. The close friend threatened with death was my twin sons. Surprise flickered across Calypso's face. Wait, is that Luca and Luba's mother? But does the Beluga clan hold enough power to be present at this proceeding? The woman continued. Allow me to introduce myself to the young lady. I am Ilya Beluga, head of the Beluga clan. My children have suffered from Ba-Ian's violence. They sustained severe head injuries and are on the brink of death. Calypso's surprise morphed into anxiety. What? But Lord Loba said they weren't in critical condition. Calypso glanced at Loba, who winked and subtly signaled for silence. A cunning glint entered Calypso's eyes. A witness can lie. Wait a minute, I'm allowed to do that. You did it, so why can't I? The belugas, they're truly amazing. Ilia continued, her voice firm. My lord, please consider this a serious matter. Why must my children face death in a conflict between Orcus? As a representative of all the vassals, we can never stand idly by. I know we are but weak vassals, but after this incident, please show us respect. I believe the mighty Orcus surely remained unharmed. Loba added, I am the one who reported this matter to the head of the primary facility. If there is insufficient proof, please summon additional clan members as witnesses. Calypso smiled. I believe there are enough witnesses now. Matriarch Oquiala erupted in laughter. Indeed, the outcome of a duel with a child, not even 3 years old, speaks for itself. As for those who refuse to yield, they're not worth our concern. But Ian gasped, Grandmother, that's not how it was. Oquiala cut him off sharply. Silence. This matter is hardly surprising, but I acknowledge the truth in your words. I will deliver my judgment later. Ba Ian attempted to display his strength, but ended up injuring the children of a powerful vassal. Furthermore, despite violating the strict regulations of the academy, he focused on minimizing his own mistakes, even daring to lie and deceive the matriarch. Considering all of this, Ba Ian Aquasier, you were expelled from the academy and placed under probation for 1 year. Rod Ison immediately cried out, Mother, wait a moment. Although Ba Ian has done wrong, please show mercy considering our accomplishments thus far. Oquiala extended a hand and said, All right, Calypso Aquasier, what are your thoughts? Calypso smiled faintly. I don't object to the matriarch's punishment. However, the greatest victims of this incident are Luca and Luba, so we also need to hear from the head of the Beluga clan. Lord Pier stepped forward and patted Calypso's head. Well done. Calypso returned the gesture with a smile. Yes, we won, father. She thought to herself, it's always exciting to be the main character. After all, Oquiala looked at Calypso, then offered a chilling smile. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe to receive notifications for the next episode. Don't forget to leave suggestions for interesting stories in the comments below. Thank you for watching.